All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, like out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to hopefully the believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. What I want to get into today, just dealing how, we come from, a nation of wisdom. All right. We come from a people, of wisdom. When you look at our forefathers, going back to the ancient world, even during the time of Abraham, which Abraham was known, to be wise, and, you have accounts where Abraham is known, for teaching the people, within that Mesopotamia area, about farming, about, herding, That's why you have different accounts, was Abraham them known as the king, all right, the shepherd kings, and at the end of the day, our people, always had the wisdom, when it came to life, knowledge, when it came to sustaining life, and making life be efficient on the earth, man. That's part of the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, and that's what we're coming back into, As a man, the greatest possession to have, is wisdom, understanding, because through wisdom, everything else can flow unto you. You can set up traffic, where things flow unto you. You can set up systems where things flow unto you, So wisdom, really is above all. It's the highest, possession, that a man can have, So when you go into Sirach, matter of fact, before I get that, since I said that, all right, I think that's Proverbs 15. Dealing with wisdom, it might be 13. I'll look it up, but wisdom, was held in high esteem amongst our people. And when you, Proverbs 8 and 11, it says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not compared to it." Yeah, so we're learning, the value of wisdom, because when you look at black culture, Esau has dumbed, our people down so much, and pretty much it's cool not to know nothing. Within black culture, it's cool to be a damn dummy, man. To have material things, but be a damn dummy. When you look at Cardi B, what's her name, Saweetie, you listen to them talk, all right, they dumb as hell, man. And that's cute, within black culture. Being dumb is cute, man, but that's not who we are, man. We come from a wise people, man. So let's go back to Sirach 47 and 12. Now this is going into the legacy of Solomon. It says, "After him rose up a wise son, and for his sake he doeth at large. Solomon reigned in reigned in a peaceable time, and was honored, for the Most High made all quiet round about him, that he might build an house in his name, and prepare his sanctuary forever." Yeah, so Solomon, ruled in a peaceable time, because David, had subdued the heathens, and had these heathens, in tributary, and Solomon, sat on their throne, and he ruled in a peaceable time, and it says, "How wise was thou in thy youth, as a flood filled with understanding. Thy soul covered the whole earth, and thou fillest it with dark parables." Yeah, so Solomon's vibration covered the earth. That vibration of wisdom, like his influence covered the earth, man. You see, letting you know that there was the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. you know, because we're gonna get that in prophecy, how it's gonna happen again. And it says, "Thy name went far unto the islands, and for thy peace thou was beloved. The countries marvel at thee for thy songs and proverbs and parables and interpretations by the name of the Lord power, which is called," all right, the Lord. I'll read it again. It says, "The countries marvel at thee for thy songs and proverbs and parables and interpretation by the name of the Lord power, which is called the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel. Thou didst gather gold as tin and didst multiply silver as lead." Yeah. So what people, especially Jake, you know, they talk about the economy. You know, Jake be talking about Black Wall Street and the black dollars and black businesses and, you know, support the black dollar, you know. But they don't have resources. They don't have, you know, they did Solomon, all right, he had the economy of Israel lit, you know. Everybody was good, man. You know? You know how many in this time frame, if you want to, you know, speak in modern terms, you know how many millionaires was amongst our people during the time of Solomon, man? You know, that was rich in substance. You see? Why? Through wisdom, through true wisdom. And then that wisdom is of that wisdom comes from Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. You see, because Solomon, what did he rule by? What was his standard in his kingdom? It was the law, statutes, and commandments. He didn't just, you know, have wisdom of earthly things. No, he had the standard that he was ruling by. You know, and that standard, because see, obedience opens us up to everything. See, that's what our people don't understand. You know, economy, a good economy is a light thing, all right, for Yahweh Bashim Al Shai to set up in the earth, man. You know? But it was through wisdom, and it was through that standard of the scriptures, because the standard of the scriptures is wisdom. When you go to Deuteronomy, how does it describe the law, statutes, and commandments? All right. It said this Deuteronomy 4:4 said, "But ye," it said, I started 5. It says, "Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people." You see? So even the law itself was a high form of wisdom from on high, you know? Plus Solomon knowing the operations of all the elements and, you know, the wellers and, you know, knowing all this wisdom about the earth, you see? Coupled with the standard of the scriptures, man. That's why Solomon had that great reign. You see? So when you go back into it, we come from a people of understanding, man. And it's far above, you know, the things that, you know, our people look at as success. You know, people look at, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson like he just some great nigga. No, man. He's a very low level, you know. He knows some words, you know. He make a few points, you know. He know a little history, but the wisdom we had was on a far higher level than some damn Dr. Umar Johnson or, you know, Polite. You know, come on, man. You see, it says, "By the name of the Lord power, which is called the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, thou didst gather gold as tin and did multiply silver as lead." You see? So Solomon, you know, had a legacy of wisdom. And see, that's what we're being attached to. You see? And then it talk about how what? It says, "Thy name went far unto the islands, and for thy peace thou was beloved." You see? And that's going to happen again, all right, with Yahweh Shai. All right? So let's get this account about Solomon. And then we'll get the prophecy dealing with Yahweh Shai, man, because Solomon's reign, you know, was a prelude of what's to come. You know, except it's going to be with much more glory, because now we're going to be changed. We're going to be immortal. you know, because at the end, Solomon, you know, he stained his legacy with, you know, um, with idolatry. You see, but in the kingdom, that'll never happen, man. You see. But going into the accounts, when you go to 1 Kings chapter 4, all right, verse 29, and it says, and the Most High gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much in largeness of heart, his mind, all right, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan, than Azarite, than Haman, than Kakol, and Dardar, the sons of Mahal, and his fame was in all nations round about. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, for the cedar trees that is Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts and of fowls and of creeping things and of fishes. And there came all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all kings of the earth, which had heard his wisdom. You see? So you see the way that, you know, the earth was flocking to Solomon because of what? That wisdom, man. You know? Solomon reigned, you know, with great wisdom. You see? And it's going to get back to that under Yahweh Shai. You know, he's coming to continue that legacy of wisdom, except it's going to be eternal this time. It'll be never ending. You see? Isaiah 2:1, it said, the word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountains, all right, which is the government of the Lord's house, shall be established in the top of the mountains and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. You see it? That's going to happen again. All nations are going to flow unto Yahweh Shai, you know, and that governing body, man. And we have a chance to be part of that governing body, man. You know, that's why we should develop a love for wisdom, man. Understanding. You see? That's the highest possession, especially as a ruler. When you're a ruler, when you have a providence, when you have a realm that you're ruling over, you know, you order that through wisdom. The scripture tell you how wisdom ordereth all things, man. You know? And I say we not here just to know we Israelite and slap fringes on all our clothes, man. No, man, we here to level up in wisdom and understanding, man. You know? To be, you know, to learn things, man. You see? Our foundation is the scriptures, and then just learning the earth, man. You know? This is, you want rulership over the earth, you know, you should learn the earth. You know? Now some brothers, you know, are more into different things than others, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, ain't nothing like, you know, learning something new about the earth and how something works, and you know, because you're adding to yourself, man. Because that's how you increase your value, is really through wisdom, man. You know, you make yourself more of an asset to your nation, you know, with the wisdom that you bring to the nation, man. You know, and every brother should have the spirit of maximizing, you know, within their portion, whatever it is, man. You know, but wisdom, all right, that we come from a legacy of wisdom, man. You know, not this dumbed down, you know, can't read, you know, like Esau, you know, it was a miracle if Jake could read. You know, he pushed that narrative, but we wasn't being taught, man. You know, then you'll be beat for reading, and then you be put to death for reading the Bible, man. You know, but then he makes it as it's a miracle if Jake can read, man. Like we just, you know, really inferior, man. But see, we broke, you know, those chains, those mental chains that was on us, man. You know, through Yahweh Shai. And it said, verse 3, it says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al Shah from Jerusalem. Yeah, man. So going into it, this wisdom, that we have, is leading into the wisdom that's gonna govern the earth, man. Eternally. You see? Because even what the scriptures say when you go to Matthew 2, no, it's like Matthew 20, I think it's Matthew 24. All right, Matthew 24 and 34, it said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." It says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away." You see, this standard, us rehearsing the righteous acts, see, what we're doing is not going to pass away. See, what we're doing is going to increase in the earth. Pretty soon the whole earth is going to have to live how we live, man. Have a mindset like we have, man. And it's going to be geared in righteousness, man. You see, everything else is gonna be destroyed, man. All these systems that run the earth now, the mindsets of the people, this infrastructure, this money system, all these things gonna pass away. But see, it's gonna be the word that's gonna remain. And within the word is all the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah and how he wants the earth to be ran. You see? So what we're doing now, is being groomed for eternal kingdom. We're learning a way that's going to be eternal, man. That's going to be established eternally, man. So when we think about wisdom, when we think about, I'm just putting it out there because I was talking about David, how he comes from, the legacy, how we come from a legacy of conquerors, and then I've been reading Joshua too. I want to really do a series on the book of Joshua, get started on that because he was a great conqueror, man, because Esau ain't going to put it out there. He talks about Alexander, like say Julius and, all these different, Genghis Khan, he'll talk about them, but he ain't going to talk about our people, how we was conquerors, man. So, it's on us. We'll bring it out, Lord willing, you see. But then also, not only we come from a legacy of conquerors, but also a legacy of wisdom as well, man. We are very wise people, man. Even the women too, man. Our women are wise. Just right now, they've gone to the dark side. The majority of them on the dark side, you see. But yeah, man, that's the point. I just want to bring that out. Just going to how, we come from a people of wisdom, man. But Esau painted that picture as if we, was 3/5 of a human. Our brains were smaller than everyone else, man. That's lies, man. All right, we are a great people, man. The Lord is forming us back into greatness, man. Beginning with the elect. All right. So Lord, we will edify till next time I say Shalom.